Good morning, everyone. I'm Lynda from Lynda's Lovely Looks, and I'm on here today because I want to discuss something really important. Behind me is my memorial tribute to my beautiful son, Ryan, who passed away on December 6th. Tomorrow will be 2 months date-wise, February 6th, since he passed. And he passed of severe alcoholic cirrhosis of the liver. This is, it's a disease, alcoholism. And I've discussed my own issues with alcohol before, but I just wanted to bring this to everybody's attention because Ryan was only 35 years old. And, a lot of people say, oh, it's impossible. A person at that age can't die of alcoholism. Well, they can. And this is the proof of it. I mean, I don't mean to sound like I don't care or whatever. I'm having such a hard time dealing with this, but my wish and prayer is that I can save somebody else's life, a young person's life. Statistic-wise, the rate of liver disease that is growing in young people is astronomical. I actually took a couple of things that I found on the National Institute for Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism. That published a study that found from 1999 to 2017, the number of alcohol-related deaths per year doubled from 35,000 to 72,000. Just under 1/3 of the results are from liver disease. So, I mean, that's a huge amount of people. And this is in people that are rated from the ages of about 25 to 34. So when people say, a person can't die of liver disease when they're that young. Yes, they can. When I saw Ryan back in June of 2021, his eyes were already yellow. And, at that point I realized, like, oh my God, it's advanced at this point. Now, he had complained to me a little while before I had seen him about swelling in his legs. And he also asked me, Mom, did I always have like an outie belly button? And I was like, no, why are you asking that? Oh, well, I have an outie and I was just wondering if I had it since I was born. And I went, no, you didn't. It was normal or whatever. And so these are the signs of like advanced cirrhosis or liver disease. The word is called ascites, so it's ASCITES, where the abdomen starts to swell from fluid retention. So naturally, your heart is not going to work properly, nothing's going to work properly. And if, at this point in time, when it's at this point, you literally have to stop drinking alcohol so that you can perhaps live a little longer. It was basically 6 months from the time I saw Ryan to the time he died. He didn't want to FaceTime me. I'd asked about getting together for Christmas. Unfortunately, he passed December 6th, so we didn't get to do that. And he said, yeah, for sure. But I think deep-rootedly, he knew he wasn't going to make it. And, it just, he knew I would have done something. I would have taken him to the hospital or whatever to at least prolong his life. But now when I look at this and I think about it, I think, what good would that have done? It would have scared him so much. And I never would have wanted to do that. And so perhaps the fact that I didn't see him was actually a better thing. So that I didn't, put him in an uncomfortable position. But it's so scary how quickly it can deteriorate. I mean, Ryan drank for a long time, but the extent of his alcoholism, I didn't really know because he didn't live at home. So, he lived with his partner, fiance, and, I didn't see how bad it had gotten. I had seen his face over the past couple of years, very blotchy, and he had told me that he had really itchy skin, but he thought it was like just due to like something that the dog had or what have you. Ryan also suffered from mental health issues, like terrible anxiety and panic attacks. And as a result, he wasn't able to go to work. So being home all the time, I mean, that just only allows you to just drink whenever you want, right? Like at least if you were gone 8-10 hours a day, maybe that would have helped him prolong his life a little bit longer. I don't know. But I mean, I just really want everybody to understand that it does happen to young people. You don't have to be 50, 60, 70, 80 or whatever to die of alcoholism. It happens to young people. I would give anything in the world to have my Ryan back. Anything in the world. But I wouldn't want him to suffer, But there's help out there. I mean, just stay on your loved ones to get them the help they need. AA is a terrific program for alcoholism. I heard many people tell me when I went to AA how they had gone to different rehab facilities and what have you, and really nothing seemed to really work for them. And not that I'm saying that rehab doesn't work by any means, but AA really seemed to help the majority of the people stay sober. And, a lot of people are terrified of the idea that it's a very religious thing, and not everybody is religious. Well, as long as you believe that there is something higher than you, bigger than you, that you can look up to. I mean, you can't be the highest person in the universe, the biggest person in the universe. There has to be something more than you and bigger than you. And even if it's just like that beautiful big tree that's outside at the park or wherever, something, just find something in yourself to just believe in. And medication helps with the anxiety and the panic. There's also medication. You can do meditation. There's lots of different things that you can do to help your anxiety and panic. You don't have to suffer with it. It's just, I have anxiety. I've had panic attacks. I take medication for it. It is not an addictive medication. These medications that you take for anxiety and panic strictly help balance out the proper serotonin in your brain so that you don't have these issues happen. Doesn't mean that they'll necessarily take care of it completely, but it's like a vitamin for your brain, and it helps just balance it out a little bit better. You still have to have some coping skills. Like there's still different techniques I have to use when my anxiety really escalates. But you can get through it. And alcohol actually really just intensifies the anxiety in the long run. It doesn't help at all. So I just wanted to come on here today because it is the month of dry fab. And I just hope that just by bringing awareness to the fact that my beautiful son, Ryan, passed because of alcoholism, that I can save another mother or a brother or sister or husband, wife, whatever the case may be, from this deadly disease. And alcohol technically is poison. It's not good for us. We need to change the way that we live in this life. We need to be accepting of the fact that we can celebrate, we can have fun, we can do all kinds of things. We don't need alcohol to do it. You can go to a wedding, you don't need to drink. You can do anything you want to do. You don't need to drink. I wish that could just change for people, because I think that's a thing that people feel. I remember Ryan actually saying to me, "Mom, I don't think I can quit drinking for the rest of my life." For the rest of your life. He died when he was 35 years old, and he didn't think he was going to be able to quit drinking. Like, doesn't that say something? Like, if he had to quit drinking, he could have probably lived till he was 70 or 80 or whatever the case may be, So I just pray that this video just helps somebody find sobriety, and I guess that's it. Good luck with your sobriety if you choose to take that path. And if if you can't, at least try dry fab one day at a time. Okay.